welcome to everyone once again, and we are in the Eastern Caribbean for more action, the final action of Group 2 in Antigua and Barbuda in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. The West Indies, one of the host nations, taking on South Africa. Rodman Powell will know that his men have to be at their best against an unbeaten South Africa. It's all to play for. In what is a virtual knockout, the coin fell in favor of South Africa. They elected to field first. And things have really been hotting up here in this tournament as we get to the final stages. The great man, Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, one of the greats of the game, walks out with the trophy, still looking as fit as a fiddle. And as emotional and intense as he's ever been about this wonderful game. This is what we've come to with England already qualifying for the semis. The South Africa and the West Indies will battle for the spoils to join them in that semi-final. Will there be swing away from the left-handed mares for Marco Jansen? There is swing, and you'd expect that with a strong wind that comes across his left shoulder to his right. He's got him. 82 in the first game. Naught to shake off here tonight in a big contest. Marco Jansen strikes.
Yeah, we were touching about his length, Bish, and I think that's quality length as well. It's a good area. Look how tall he is. Marco Jansen, he is massive. So he's going to extract extra bounce. Shahab unable to get over the top of it. It looked like he may be looking to go up and over. It was a weak offside field. Just the two people, one man in front of square. He's picked him out, and what an ideal start for South Africa. Marco Jansen, he strikes. He's been short of wickets. Shahab, first delivery, he's gone. 2 for 1. Yeah, two left-handers at the crease. So Aidan Markham decides he's going to bowl on over.
And this could be trouble. It is trouble. Marco Jansen takes the catch. First ball from Markram. The matchup works against Puran.
Yes, things going according to plan for South Africa. The fact that there was two left-handers left at the crease, and also the decision to play Shamsi means you want to get another over in just in case he doesn't go according to plan. The matchup works. Puran deciding to take the attack, not going to have a look. First delivery, can I put him under pressure? No, he can't. All he can do is pop it up into the air. The wind would have assisted to make sure it didn't go further than it should. And all of a sudden, 2 wickets down. 5 on the board. Puran goes for 1.
And he goes after it. First ball now for 4.
Well, talk about entertainment. No half measure here from Roston Chase. Gets it in his area and says, I'll have a piece of you, Aidan Markram. Oh, please.
And he gets it through, threading a needle to the short side.
Worth the admission fee right there. Man, that is class. And again, you think about Hope and you think about Chase, and this is how they can play.
It just opens the face. I don't know if that's intended just to make sure it gets through. But as that ball got to the boundary, all of a sudden the West Indian supporters, they came alive.
Into the pitch, and another opportunity that is grasped. Enric Nokia had eons to think about it, and perhaps too long. Terrible shot.
But I would say, apart from the night sky, and it went up for an AI, but also that breeze, we keep going on about this easterly, the prevailing breeze. And spinning too off that thick outside edge. Trying to find any excuse for Nokia, but really, you've got to gobble those every night of the week.
There we go again. They're going to go short at both of these batters. Inadvertent boundary, 22 for 2. I wonder if they go with fast bowling from the other end now, or whether Mark 1 goes again.
Yeah, Marvin Already had a look, and I've seen that Markham's decided to carry on going. And this is disappointing for the South Africans. It could have been 3 so quickly. They could have had it.
Maraj into the attack, and Mears finds a very, very tight gap for 4.
Yeah, learning the same lesson as Markham had to learn. You just can't offer up any width, down breeze. The ball tends to drift it. It doesn't get it to spin back. Opens up the offside and carved away. We don't often see Maraj in the power play, but because the luxury of having Shamsi tonight, the extra spinning option, they've decided to turn to him early.
That's in the air. It's out towards the boundary. Is the wind pushing it? Yes, the wind pushes it over just. 39 for 2.
Oh, love the breeze. And don't the fans from the West Indies. Austin Chase with enough on it, just because that was Miller. He's got a wonderful set of hands, he's a great athlete.
Leg side of misfield allows them to sneak another one.
Yeah, he does like to sweep. Oh, hello.
Now then, that's surely close. Finger goes up straight away. But also is the review.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. It's a fair delivery, front on first instance. Front on coming up. All right, thank you. I'm going to need ultra edge next, please. Deviation. Stand by on feet. Just waiting on ultra edge. Ultra edge coming up now, thanks. Through, roll it through, thank you. Yeah, there's a clear spike there. Wolfie, I'm going to need you to continue your decisions not out. You're on screen, signal now.
A little nick. The crowd are delighted with that. It is a vibrant atmosphere out there for this knockout match. Using the feet, launched down the ground, high and handsome. That is huge. And it's 47 for 2 at the end of the power play.
Absolutely pumped to this crowd. Kyle Mears with those dancing shoes on here in Antigua. And sweet as.
Pull up, hit down the ground and straight. 2 fielders looking to come underneath it. That was always on the cards. Where was the communication? Well, both bowlers, and they're both down. Janssen and Rabada. This is not good for South Africa. Now let's have a closer look. Long off and long on. Both coming together, both eyes on the ball, but what about each other? Now that's a heavy blow. Yeah, that says it all. Well, Janssen's bowled 2 overs so far. Whether we'll see him back to bowl another 2, but that's the concern from the fans. For him as a bowler and for him in this match. Now Rabada's staying on the field. He's yet to bowl, but he'll be feeling awful at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit of pain. Ryan Rickleton comes onto the field. He's got some good hands.
Up and over. Good chunk of it. Yeah, not even Stubbs could get there. Much needed boundary from the West Indies here.
And the worrying thing from Shamsi's perspective is that he scored the boundary where he wants him to hit it. He wants him to hit it in that direction. He has protection that's into the wind, but he's still skillful enough to find the gap. Good batting.
Flies all the way. In the slot, that's a viable option used by these two batters. None better than this one.
Yeah, just offline. Rustam Chase takes on the fielders in the deep as well as the strong breeze. Bisects them perfectly. Flat 6.
Go the sisters. Oh, advancing again. Slashing. Gone. Tristan Stubbs. And the celebration from Shamsi says it all. Big, big moment. Big wicket here in Antigua.
They're known for his celebrations, Tabriz Shamsi, and this was the plan. Bowl it wide, ask him to hit in that direction. He got away with it earlier, but this time he picks the man out, and this time they hold on to the catch. Tristan Stubbs, elation for Shamsi. Yeah, that's a West Indian fan. You can see the despair, not only from you, ma'am. Mayers goes for almost a run a ball, 35 from 34, 86 for 3.
Gone through him. Absolutely. A beautiful bit of deception here from Maharaj with the flight and the guile. It's the end of the captain.
Yeah, the Achilles heel of Rovman Powell. That ball spinning away from him. Very well flighted. This is exceptional stuff from Keshav Maharaj. Just tempts him to come onto that front foot, overbalances, and an easy take for the wicketkeeper. Brilliant stuff. Captain comes, captain goes. 1 from 2, 89 for 4.
Lovely and straight. That is Roston Chase every night of the week. Clinical, efficient timing.
There's been a good length held by most of the spinners here for South Africa, but this one's slightly overpitched, but exquisitely played. Chase just using his long levers, using his reach. Whacks it straight down the ground.
A very well earned 50 from Roston Chase from 39 deliveries, 3 4s, 2 6s, and warm applause from his teammates and the fans. Oh, it's a carried! They're celebrating. High fives all around. Markham says, "You beauty." And this is another key moment in this contest. Just going to check. Alex Wharf comes over to see Rod Tucker. Might have to get Chris Brown in New Zealand. Yep, it's been referred to. Let's just see if this carried. Thank you, Christopher Brown.
TV umpire director, we have a review for a fair catch. It's a fair delivery. Front on first, thanks. Roll that through. Take that back for me, thanks. Okay, I just need to see if the fingers are under the ball. If you've got a zoomer, please, if you've got a zoomer, the fingers appear to be under the ball. Zoomer coming up now. Fingers are under the ball. Catch is completed. Thank you. Ready to make my decision?
O-U-T. Comfortable as that. What a good grab from the skipper, Markram. The end of Rutherford. He gets a blob. Out for North. 94 for 5 now.
Rabada settles himself under it, and the catch is taken easy. They wanted to get chase of strike, but they've got one better. They've got his wicket.
South Africa are working their way into the West Indian bowlers now. 6 down for the West Indies. Roston Chase identifying a ball early in the over, thinking, can I break the shackles? Shamsi too good. KG Rabada, who hasn't bowled an over yet so far this game, he's got some safe hands. He was involved in an incident earlier with Marco Jansen. Hasn't done anything to deter him in the field. Roston Chase, he played a good hand with 52. The West Indies are 97 for 6.
It will run away for 4. The 100 comes up, but it's been a terrific, incisive spell of bowling from Tabraiz Shamsi. 103 for 6.
Yeah, it was a quality spell, Bish, but it'll just leave a bit of a sour taste. The quicker delivery. And it just gets a little bit of almost the Q end of the bat, races away fine, and you can see the disappointment in the background there for Shamsi. Didn't want to go for 4 of his last delivery.
That's gone high, and that's disappeared. Absolutely disappeared.
Just had the feeling before that ball was bowled that Andre Russell was going to pull the trigger. Heinrich Nokia coming back into a spell. You could hear it in the stump mic. He was hitting that bat awfully hard on the ground. It hit high, a little bit of bounce, but there's enough wind behind it, enough power in that man for that ball to go 91 meters.
Yeah, Bishop, it's to your point. We talked about over the years, people have used that short ball against him. And sometime as a batter, you sit there thinking to yourself, okay, what's the tactic going to be? They've turned to Nokia. He bowls 150-kilometer rockets. And you just say to yourself, well, if my first one comes, I'm going after it. It wasn't a short ball, but he was in this frame of mind that he wanted to swing.
He's picked that as well. They're dancing in the stands and on the grass banks.
Too powerful, and he's played enough around the world to know exactly what the bowler is going to bowl. We feel the spinners are the guys that have been bowling the most effective tonight. Nokia's gone pace on, but it's not the first time Russell has faced someone bowling 150 k's an hour. Mid-on is up, and the faster it comes, the faster it sometimes goes.
One shoots past that outside edge.
No, I was asking option of delivery. Sorry, not option of ball. It's a deep point and a deep wide third. He's hit it, he's hit it, is it out? He's hit it. It could be significant. Heinrich Nokia. South Africa believe, and Russell looks as though he thinks he's gone.
TV
Yeah, he looks distraught, Bish.
A review for a run out at the striker's end. Have your best side angle, please. Direct hit. Fielded there. Again. Okay, have you got a side-on angle there for me, please? I need a side-on angle. Thank you. Batter's grounded. Roll it through. Freeze it there. Thank you. Thanks, yeah, you can freeze it there. He's short of his ground, I can see. Ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Russell did some damage against Nokia in the over before, and Nokia would have loved to have knocked his dollies over when he was bowling. He got the chance with the run out. Dead our deck, he hits the stumps, and Russell, it's a huge blow. He has to go for 15. 117 for 7.
Oh. Yeah, both of these batters, though, that are out, Gillisane and Alzari Joseph. As we look at this last ball from the previous over, there was a little sound, and there looks like it's confirmation that it is a bottom edge. It's a bit gusty out there with a bit of wind. There's a lot of noise. The crowd is out here to support the West Indies, as well as South Africa, and maybe Quinton de Kock. Heinrich Nokia didn't hear that.
Very, very simple, very easily done. He came in very late in the innings, Nokia, but he's making, sorry, Rabada, but he's making an impression.
Yeah, this is his first change-up of the evening, just 123 kilometers per hour, and he's just rolled his fingers across it and it's just stuck in the surface. And it's done for him. He's through his shot, he closes the face straight back to Rabada. The ball just sticks, but importantly, that's the 8th. As you say, hasn't had a role to play. We saw an interview where he said it doesn't matter what role he has to play, whatever he has to do, he's going to do, and he's doing a good job in his first over of the evening. Same goes for 6, 118 for 8.
Squeezed away to deep third.
He'll back away and hoik from the tail enders, but with the extra pace that Nokia possesses, it's raced off the bat. It's a thick edge. Hasn't gone where he's intended it to. When you're operating at 150 kilometers an hour, that tends to race off to the boundary. He's looking for the big shot.
Extra bit of joy by the crowd here for that shot from Alzarri Joseph.
And that's exactly what he got. He read the game plan from KG Rabada. Slower ball, previous ball. This one dragged slightly shorter. He gets enough bat onto it. It's not a big 6, it's 69 meters, but he's got enough of it. And this is what the West Indies need. 2 or 3 more boundaries. And all of a sudden, they've got a total that could be pretty competitive tonight on this pitch.
Double play. Field on both accounts.
Good communication between these two out in the middle. Alzarri Joseph, Gudakesh Moti just looking to extract runs from every single delivery. Aggressive stroke resulting in just one extra. Allows Alzarri Joseph to take strike. And he maximized the remaining 2 deliveries, get to 140 plus. That's still a handy total.
The shout of 2, and they're coming back for 2, and he makes it for 2.
Bishdale, that wind just dying down from the northeastern side, so hitting leg side, good option.
Just one of the last delivery of the innings. 11 runs of that last over. 20 overs complete in a must-win game. South Africa, through Shamsi and company, have limited the West Indies to 135 for 8.
The West Indies, they had a few batters who got starts. Carl Mayers at the top. The only change to this West Indian 11 had that one significant partnership with Roston Chase, one that produced 81, but quite a number of batters in this lineup not getting starts, not being able to contribute towards this total. Only 135 mustered in the end.
Yeah, the South African bowlers were fantastic tonight. Marco Jansen striking early with a wicket. And then Aiden Markram, he backed himself and his gut feel to bowl a lot tonight. He bowled a 4-over spell on the trot. Left Rabada till the 18th over, but the spinners of Maharaj and Shamsi did a fantastic job, taking 4 wickets between the two of them.
Antigua, the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium here in the Caribbean, Antigua and Barbuda. Great scenes. This wonderful part of the world, West Indies versus South Africa. presentation for Sir Vivian Richards. Great scenes here too. Stadium named after him. Got a street named after him. All the Sirs have their own lane, their own avenue. 135 for 8 with 10 extras and 20 overs. Rather on the thin side, as you can appreciate with that 52. That's all from Roston Chase, a little 35, almost a run a ball from Kyle Mears. And then a little bit of Russell, and Alzari Joseph hit a 6 as well. But 135 for 8. Looks a little skinny. That's not the line he was looking for, but it is for de Kock. Underway straight away.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiarity between these two. Recently, they played against each other just a few weeks ago out at Sabina Park. Starts with that arm ball, but errant in terms of the line. An aggression straight away from Quinton de Kock. It'll be fascinating to see how these two openers play this power play.
There we go. On cue, gents. In a hurry.
Yeah, you get the feeling that's the mindset. That's why it came out in that interview. And straight away, 3 deliveries, 1 big sweep, and that's beautifully played. A little bit of room, knowing that there maybe not going to be that much turn. Try and open up the offside, and that's carved away nicely.
6 wickets in the power play for Akil Hussain. How dearly he'll want another tonight, and the wicket of QDK, who can be so destructive.
Oh, that is delightful. Just a fraction too short. There was bounce, but there was pace on it from Hussain, and it's been costly, this already.
Yeah, we saw power and force from the stroke previously. This one was a fusion of timing and placement. Pure elegance from Quinton de Kock. And just his use of the crease, the depth of the crease.
Time for Dre Russ. Knows it out. There's a big appeal. Everyone's up. Alex Wolf isn't though, and he counts. Going to have to take this. You'd have to, given the situation.
TV umpire and director, we have a player review for caught behind. Original decision's not out. It's a fair delivery front on first things. Run on coming up. Okay. Roll it through again from there. Thanks. I'm going to need ultra edge, please. If we could go to ultra edge when ready. Ultra edge coming up. Thank you. You can freeze it there. I've got ball on bat on the left-hand side of the clear spike. Wolfie, I need you to overturn your decision. You're on screen. Signal now.
Well. Sean Pollock, you said he's in a horror run this World Cup, and it continues. The ultimate strangle down the leg side with a little feather. Frustratingly, he has to go for a duck off the first ball he's faced. It's 12 for 1. Here you go. Oh, it's just too far away. Alzari Joseph. Yeah, just enough. It's not like the breeze, funny enough, Sean Pollock, you're mentioning, just started to come back a little bit here, the easterly, but not much. Good experience, Alex Wolf, been around for a fair while now. But he was always just running away from Alzari Joseph, that one. Tucker, more experience, the Australian. Change of pace there. Good hustle, good single.
Yeah, the West Indies had 57 dot balls in their innings, the most that they've faced in this World Cup, but an issue that we've spoken ad nauseum about.
Yeah, we noticed last night, didn't we? Afghanistan against Australia. I thought their openers were fantastic at almost playing tip-it run at some stage.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And here Combs just go on about how much they were just at will, running at the Aussies and taking them on. And I think, like everyone said, amazing. Probably the most indifferent fielding performance I've ever seen from an Aussie side in white ball cricket. Up, gone! There's another key moment. So de Kock goes early, as did Pollard. So things are matching up very similar for South Africa.
Yeah, not the score they wanted to post the West Indies, but they needed to have a fast start. They needed some wickets up front, and they've got two, and this couldn't be bigger. The man who's been in good touch in the Super 8 for South Africa, de Kock goes after it, doesn't get it anywhere near, maybe beaten for pace. It hit him high up on the bat, almost on the splash. You can see what that means to the South African supporters, and you can see what it means to the West Indian team. Quinton de Kock goes for 12 of 7, 15 for 2.
Mother Nature. Quite a little shower coming through. So very frustrating for all concerned, as we've just seen the exit of Quinton de Kock. So crowd will just be nicely cooled off a little, because it's been very hot indeed in Antigua. And in a way, I think a batting side, quite frustrating if it's going to be one of those on again, off again, as it was with Australia versus Bangladesh here just a few nights ago. And in the end, the weather won. And big cheers for the crowd, who've been very patient for the ground staff doing their thing. So revised playing conditions. The target is now 1, 2, 3, lost 3 overs. It's back to 17 overs. Power play has been reduced to 5. And then 2 bowlers, they can bowl the allotted 4, and then 3 bowlers can bowl 3. So those are the revised playing conditions. Covers on for over an hour, sweating. And it's a good stroke, and it should run away for 4 across this damp outfield.
Yes, 6 fielders in the offside, including a slip, and he still manages to find the gap. So some innovation. And as you alluded to, Danny, they'll still want to score in this power play. And that reverse option gets buttoned it importantly. It was on target. Beats the fielder. The winner takes all here. And this has a few twists and turns still in.
That is just glorious. Stand tall, thrash it through the offside as the captain.
Yeah, spent plenty of time at the top of the order as Aidan Markram in his career, so him coming in early or slightly later doesn't really affect him, and that was played brilliantly. Just stood up tall, got onto the top of the bounce and hammered it in front of square. And that's whistled away to the fence.
Long off. And the man at square leg on the fence. There's a dot. Or a cheer from the crowd.
It can be tricky, it really can, knowing that you need to get to that score you mentioned, Danny. If they lose a wicket, that changes.
It's the shimmy. Yeah, it was coming. Boundary. Takes you to 34. Half an over to go. 1 more of those will do.
Just used the crease really well. Tristan Stubbs gave himself some room, asked the bowler to either follow him or give him some width, and he's able to access the ball and find the gap. Really good batting from him.
Yeah, Perun behind in the stumps has been quite expressive on a few occasions since they've come back onto the field. There's disapproval at some of the deliveries. So he's in the battle and wanting his troops to be as accurate as possible.
That'll do. Back-to-back boundaries. Here is that score in 5 overs for South Africa.
Yeah, this is brilliant from Tristan Stubbs. two occasions. He gets a little bit of a drag down, a little bit of width. But the key is that you've got to hammer them, but you've also got to place them. And he's done both with absolute aplomb in the first two. He's hammered them square. And that is really good batting.
And Markram's gone up. He hasn't gone long enough. The catch is taken. Mayers has taken a catch. Alzari Joseph has struck with just his second ball. South Africa have lost their third. Captain Markram wanting to go big, but not big enough.
Once more, a clear indication that the extra bounce from this surface is creating a few problems for batters. Markram just trying to hit the ball on the up when it got too high on him. Because of that, he can only get height and not distance in the stroke. Another wicket for the West Indies, a little twist in their favor. The captain goes back to the pavilion after 18, it's 42 for 3.
Oh no, come on.
Yeah, Besha saw at the top of his mark how he was holding that ball. He just kind of pointing that seam slightly towards leg slip, often as an indication of him wanting to bowl a bouncer. And unlucky on this occasion, actually. I think that one could very well have gone in the favor of the bowler, but it's gone against him.
And right into the zone of Heinrich Klaasen, who wastes no time.
Klaasen, probably one of the best players of spin in the world right now, and this is exactly why. If you're a spinner and you miss your length against Heinrich Klaasen, full or short, he will take you on. That six going a long way, 95 meters, one of the biggest sixes tonight.
Just passed and might run away for 4. Valuable boundary again for South Africa.
Klaasen not in full control, but that's the way he plays. He knows that he can impact the innings with his stroke play. He's a natural striker off the cricket ball. Just created a bit of room for himself, didn't try to go with the horizontal bat stroke. Was off the back foot. Virtual back punch with that face open. Just finds the gap.
It's an expensive over from Gudakesh Moti. West Indies can ill afford this, but great credit to Klaasen, who's now 17 from 7.
This is Heinrich Klaasen's strength. He can hit you down the ground and he can hit you off the back foot, and what it does is it makes a bowler change his plan. Moti going a little bit fuller and a little bit straighter, but just too full and too straight. And potentially with the little bit of rain that we've had this evening, the ball being a bit wet, skidding on and not as much spin. Just like that, yet again, finding the outside edges and a race away for 4. Again, a big over, 20 runs coming from that over. South Africa 70 for 3 after 7.
And that'll be 4 more. Wide of Nicholas Puran.
Incredible little passage of play here for South Africa. Alzari Joseph taking a wicket the previous over, but since then we've seen boundaries galore. And a couple edges, a couple that have gone South Africa's way, a few good shots. But boundaries really changed the course of this game. South Africa have now 11 fours and 7.1 overs.
Brilliantly taken, magnificently taken. And this is spiteful and brilliant bowling from Alzari Joseph again.
has just aroused Nicholas Puran a little bit more. This is not an easy chance, but Puran just timing the jump, getting the ball into his glove, and the roll appropriate to cushion his fall. Athleticism and aggression accounting for the wicket of Clarkson. A quick fire 22, it's 77 for 4.
Too wide, ill-directed. Can ill afford that, but South Africa are smiling. They are on their way.
Yeah, not the appropriate line, especially as a left-arm seamer moving to a right-hander. Again, when you often talk about being attacking, it has to be the ball finishing on the stumps of a good length.
What a time to strike for the West Indies in his first over. Picked up 2 wickets in his last game. Again, that angle around the wickets, sliding on, bullseye, bang on target. They're in our pro. This is what the West Indies needed desperately. You can see the reaction from David Miller. He knows. They believe. He goes for 4, 93 for 5.
Well, it's been 21 balls since the last boundary. That is a welcome 4 for South Africa. The run rate had just crept back up to 6 and over.
I just think that the West Indies need to have those guys a little bit finer because of the slipperiness of the surface and the ball.
Well, that's the 4 overs from Andre Russell. And that might well be the last we see of him in T20 internationals, and South Africa is sitting pretty at the moment on 100 for 5.
Catch it! Catch it's a cry. Catch it's a cry. It is taken. Chase. That man, Ruston Chase, is again having a fantastic outing. And that's a big one of Tristan Stubbs.
Yeah, this is a huge moment in the context of this game. Just a run per ball required. And Tristan Stubbs decides no, he's going to take matters into his own hand. He's going to try and smash one out the ground. He just needs to nudge it around. He's the last really recognised batter. Doesn't get the contact he's after and holds out to the fence. Huge turning moment this in the match. Stubbs goes for 29 of 27, 100 for 6. The danger for South Africa, they don't pick up singles regularly. All of a sudden they think, okay, the only method now is to go for a big shot. If that doesn't work out, it's a new batter to the crease, new man on strike. Can they keep their heads calm?
In the air, and take on as Zowie Joseph reels it in, and Keshav Maharaj falls.
The spinner always wants to take on the spinner. Keshav Maharaj, he is somebody that likes to play spin. Ruston Chase throwing a spin. Ruston Chase throwing it a little bit wider. Keshav trying to hit it over long on. Gets a thick outside edge, not all of it. Now Zowie Joseph, he's got some safe hands on the boundary. Keshav Maharaj, he's gone for 2. South Africa 110 for 7.
Should come back for a couple. They do come back for a couple. Buys, little things again, wides. The extras here, she knows why.
Yeah, you do think of his next delivery, there could be an opportunity. I don't know if that's what's being discussed now, but could almost be a free hit for Kakisa Rabada. Just misses that leg stump and goes through for the 2. But Marco Jansen will say, okay, I'll be on strike for the last 6 deliveries. So if you want to back yourself at some stage, KG, this could be the delivery. Because if you get out, that means I'm still on strike. I can deal with those 6 deliveries and try and whack 1 or 2 away and get the 9 runs that are required. But an important delivery once again. Plenty of communication. Everyone, captain with Chase, Rabada and Janssen back down the pitch, back having another word with each other. Everyone is involved. They're not leaving.
I feel differently. I feel he could take 1 here. 1 now, 1 off the next ball, and Janssen has 5 off the last over. But this is a big ball. Whatever conversation they've had, they need to have a clear thought on what's going to happen. It's a great shot. It's 4, it's a free. Throw the hands. My theory's gone out the window. Polly is right. Rabada getting it through the gap. Wonderful shot before. South Africa need 5 of the last over.
A little bit of a surprise for me. Rustin Chase had done a brilliant job. He decided to go with the arm ball. He's bowled 90, 91, 93, 94 kilometers per hour. That last 110. Pace on with width. Rabada, he can bat better than where he tends to suggest his batting position is. And that is beautifully played under the pressure, under the requirement. And that is extremely valuable for South Africa.
All the way for 6. A magnificent stroke by Marco Jansen.
I don't think the South Africans have worked out. It has gone the whole way, Bish.
That is a great shot by Marco Jansen. Celebrations are starting in the dugout now for the South Africans. After the collision that he had with KG Rabada early in the game, he didn't bowl his next 2 overs. Despair for the West Indies management.
Tremendous constitution and gumption shown by South Africa all World Cup. They remain unbeaten and they're through to the semi-final. Set up by the bowling group through good leadership and good execution. They've had to do it the hard way, and the 2-time champions have fallen short at the final hurdle of the Super 8. But wherever you're waking up as a South African supporter and fan, you'll be happy to know for the 3rd time they're in the semi-final of the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup.
The batting scorecard for the South Africans. De Kock got a couple runs early, but Reza Hendricks unlucky down the side. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. Markram got together with Stubbs. They put on a bit of a partnership. Klaasen came in, scored 22 of 10 quickly, but it was Marco Jansen at the end, 21 of 14, who got South Africa over the line with KG Rabada.
2 wickets for Andre Russell. He was outstanding. He's been good all tournament. Alzari Joseph perhaps even more so. Brilliant tonight at home. Very good throughout the tournament. And Rustin Chase deserves great credit. He batted well and bowled with great control and excellence. 3 for 12. It is South Africa though who take the spoils by 3 wickets under the DLS method in the final game of Group 2, and they progress through to the semi-final of this 2024 ICC Men's T20 World Cup. It came down to this, the 11th hour. England in 2nd position there. South Africa with those 2 points top the table, and the West Indies will rue little errors.
And that drop catch might turn.